Hugh Thomas, Baron Thomas of Swynnerton, is not only an eminent writer, but a legislator in the House of Lords, and he's also essentially a historian. Not also, but essentially and mainly and brilliantly a historian.
I certainly think that the Catholic kings were disciplined as well as audacious. They knew how to plan and organize a reasonable economy, a reasonable kingdom. And they did that very well. The lines laid down by Ferdinand and Isabella are the lines which Spain followed for the next 200 or 300 years. But I am quite conscious that there was a serious plan by the Spaniards to conquer China in the 1580s. And it was the fact that Philip II was defeated in the Armada which made him not decide to go ahead with it. But still, he played with the idea for quite a long time, though he didn't make a decision for a long time either. It is, of course, a fantastic supposition what would have happened had China been Christianized and conquered and became a province of Spain, a kingdom of Spain. No doubt it would have been called as New Mexico, as New Spain, Mexico, and Peru did become too. It is a fantasy, but it is a fantasy which was entertained by many people at the time, so I think I'm justified in discussing it. The number of presidential elections in the 19th century in the United States, which were determined by the Cuba question, is infinite. The long-term consequences, of course, were that the Anglo-Saxons thought that they had a right to establish themselves in any part of the Americas where Spain had not established itself. And that was the basis of that is why there was a North American English colony, English confederation of colonies in the 17th and 18th centuries. First, although there were a great many non-Spaniards involved in every stage of the expansion of Spain, all the same, the most characteristic engagement or exchange, I think, in the Great Adventure was one which is recorded by Oviedo, in which he describes how a group of Spaniards discover that they come from all parts of Spain. They come from Castile, they come from Extremadura, they come from Andalusia, they come from Galicia, they come from the Basque Country. But suddenly they say to themselves, yes, we are here, but we are all Spaniards. By the end of the 16th century, Spain had done one astonishing thing in the New World. It had created a whole archipelago of cathedrals, conventos, and churches. You must be impressed by the endeavor of those architects, and some of them were just friar architects, to have achieved so much in such a short time. They began to print books with the Cromberger brothers in the 1540s. To begin with, the books which they liked to print were the chivalrous novels in the tradition of Amadis de Gaul, which are very worth reading and explain a great deal about the mentality of the conquistadors.